Well, it's almost like you foreshadowed. You knew what I was going to ask you next, but it was about the kind of individuals, the kind of demographics that we're seeing from the Russian perspective take on the sort of, shall we say, stalling and intercepting of this counteroffensive. I very much agree with your sentiment about the internal dynamics of the Russian side. There's a great video on YouTube from the Imperial War Museum here in the UK, and its emphasis, of which I think most people agree, it was the FSB led the initial all-out assault, right, on February 24th, with the anticipation that they would administer sort of the main key areas of Ukraine, and then the general sort of military would come in and bolster that. But it was first and foremost a security-led operation, not a conventional military. So it was a shell, a husk of what it really should have been to take on sort of the extent of land and territory that they were trying to do. But as you said, I think the northern border and around Kursk is being predominantly managed by conscripts who've had 2-3 days worth of training, whilst the seasoned quote unquote military are still around Polkorsk and other parts of the Eastern Front. What's your assessment of the troop expertise or just general training on the Russian side, and what could this mean for them in terms of losses and engagement with the Ukrainians?
Well, the key will be for the Russian side. Are they able to mass enough artillery and rockets to pound away at Ukrainians, and then try to drown the Ukrainians in Russian corpses? I mean, that's basically the Russian approach, is just to attrit to wear down, because they don't care about their own losses. They're willing to just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. But key to that are headquarters that can control this, and endless amounts of artillery and rocket ammunition that allow them to pound away at Ukrainian defenses. And drones, I would include drones inside that. So those are kind of the three components of Russian offensive operations. And so, General Kavoli Sakir, he said that you can defeat mass with precision if you have enough time. And of course, what he's talking about, to defeat that sort of Russian style that I just described, you need long-range precision weapons that can destroy headquarters, because the headquarters are required for this very centralized form of attack. And then you need long-range precision that can destroy the logistics, the ammunition that is delivered by trucks and trains. And then you need the long-range precision to take out the artillery and rocket launchers, or also the airfields. So you don't have to have the ability to kill all these unlucky young soldiers that are attacking you, but with precision you can destroy the headquarters and the artillery. That makes it possible for this poorly trained, unhappy, unlucky infantry to overwhelm your position. So this is what the fight is, I think. You've got a very centralized system versus a system that is more decentralized on the Ukrainian side. What the Ukrainians lack is enough endless long-range precision strike capability.